वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुता पदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजा.
So we welcome everyone for unit number 2, lesson number 5, Guru Padashraya. In this we will study Prabhupada Ashraya and Diksha and Shiksha Guru's Padashraya. Please repeat. Yasya deve para bhaktir yatha deve tatha gurau tasyaite kathitha hi arthaha prakashante mahatmanaha. Translation.
The real import of the scriptures is revealed to one who has unflinching faith in both the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the spiritual master.
Okay. So, here is a question. List some specific ways how we can develop a deep, authentic, devotional relationship with Srila Prabhupada from the very beginning of our spiritual life. What can we do for that? Yes? Study books deeply and associate with Prabhupada's Vani. Yes? Study Prabhupada's Leelamrit and biographies written about Prabhupada by other disciples. The more we study them, we are amazed at the character of a pure devotee Vaishnava. And we become connected to him internally in our heart. What else?
By rendering service to his movement.
Render service to his movement. Learn about his mood and mission and carry that mood and mission in your activities. Listen to Prabhupada's lectures and kirtans regularly. I remember my father, first time he heard Prabhupada's dhun. I used to actually preach to my parents in a preachy way. You know, most of us do that sometimes. Really push a person to do something. And they got fed up with me. They said, "Ye kya hai ye? Ati sarvatra varjate." Bhakti karni chahiye, itni bhi nahi karni chahiye. And they used to call me, aa gaya aapka, janma mrityu jara vyadhi. That was my introduction at home. So one time what happened, because of my preaching, I had made them anti-ISKCON. So one day I just played Prabhupada's dhun. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha. The way Prabhupada sings. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. And my father is, having tears coming from his eyes. And I looked at my father. He is a lion-like man, he never cries. And I asked him, "Hey, what happened?" He said, "Who is this person singing?" I said, "This is our founder, Prabhupada." In Marathi he said, "This kind of artata I have not heard ever in my life. Somebody is calling God so deeply intense and pure." It has touched my heart, he was telling. And I was thinking, "Arey, itne saal se sun raha hu, ek baar bhi roya nahi." How much offense-ridden heart, You can imagine, kitna aparadh kiya rahega. And here is a person innocently just heard for the first time immediately. Netre jalam gatra ruheshu harshaha, Bhagavatam says, Tadashmasaram hrudayam batedam. Certainly that heart is steel framed. which does not transform when he hears Hare Krishna mantra, where tears were produced from the eyes and limbs quiver in ecstasy. So I was thinking, my God, Prabhupada gave such a mercy to my father. So we all have experience hearing Prabhupada's Vani. Sometimes Prabhupada says very simple things in his lectures also. So somebody may say, he has got $10. He has got $50. I have got $500. He has got $1,000, $1 million. Nobody can say that he has got all the money of the whole world, all the riches. If somebody can say that, that is God. So you understand what does Bhagavan mean, possessor of all wealth. The first time tu thada chamakta hai ki, what does God mean really? And the way Prabhupada speaks sometimes, just one word or two words, they have such an ability to deeply penetrate the heart and instant Shraddha. The whole world may go anywhere. But as long as Prabhupada is there and we are hearing him, we will be dead convinced that there is spiritual world, there is Krishna, I am a spirit soul and I have to go there. And the process is Bhakti Yoga. It becomes crystal clear when you hear Prabhupada. And that is the power of his Vani. So, we should regularly hear Prabhupada's lectures and Kirtans. What else?
By remembering him always.
In our day-to-day life, we can remember how, as I said, Prabhupada would be very pleased with this. He would not be happy with this. Yes.
Try to search the Prabhupada's disciples.
Try to search Srila Prabhupada's disciples and hear from them about him. Taking darshan of Prabhupada in the temple hall, offering him arati, puja, flowers, worship, sitting and praying in front of him whenever we visit the temple. I have one thing in my life. Sometimes I really get fed up with something in my sadhana bhakti. Then I go and sit in front of Prabhupada, open Lilamrut and read loudly. And a lot of things get sorted out. After that you again come back and start doing your service. So somebody disappointed you, something didn't go right, you met some insult or injury or whatever. Just go. When you read Lilamrut, you realize, अरे मेरा problem कुछ भी नहीं है यार, क्यों रो रहा हूँ मैं इधर? What all Prabhupada has gone through, to do spreading of Krishna consciousness. So that's the point. What else?
Hearing the pastime.
Prabhupada Lilamrut, pastimes.
For me personally, I felt offerings given by the disciples on his
Read or hear the offerings that Prabhupada's disciples give on his appearance, disappearance days. It's a very powerful way to connect to Prabhupada.
At the age of 70, he was doing all those things.
So remembering what Prabhupada has done for us in our lives. I remember once we had gone to Radha Damodar Mandir, Vrindavan, and I was sitting in Prabhupada's that small room where Prabhupada used to stay and write and cook and take prasad. When a Russian lady came, she is like 19-year-old, 20-year-old. Myself and our Sham Krishna Prabhu, that other temple devotee, we were together. And this lady, this girl, she sat there very prayerfully and for a long time she was praying. And then she started crying. Not like making a show or anything, just natural. And we were wondering, kya ho gaya bhai? So Sham Krishna Prabhu asked her, what Mataji says, everything okay? You need something. Why are you crying? And then she started narrating how Prabhupada went out of India and because of him I am able to come to Vrindavan and understand who is Krishna and what is spiritual life and what is my real identity. And I don't know why I am feeling very grateful for all that Prabhupada has done. And so I am crying. So it was a very endearing experience to hear of Prabhupada's somebody appreciating so wonderfully. So many such lives Prabhupada has transformed. So we should reminisce such things in our heart about Prabhupada. Also we can have Prabhupada's pictures in our desktops, in our homes and prominently displayed. And we can take darshan of him and pray to him while going out, coming in from the home. Remember whose mission are we working for? Not Maya's mission. And of course, we should regularly do Guru Puja of Prabhupada and distribute Prabhupada's books. So various ways we can even keep his memory and his inspiration alive in our heart through these activities. Please read the next quote. Srila Prabhupada has a unique relationship with every ISKCON devotee. As?
Srila Prabhupada has a unique relationship with every ISKCON devotee. As the founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness and the preeminent teacher and ultimate authority within our society, Srila Prabhupada has a unique relationship with every ISKCON devotee.
Next.
Instruct new members to take shelter of Srila Prabhupada. ISKCON devotees shall instruct new members to take shelter of Srila Prabhupada and to receive guidance, training and assistance from those who are instructing them in Krishna consciousness. ISKCON members shall choose when and from whom they wish to request initiation. They must focus their attention on Srila Prabhupada as the founder Acharya and as their preeminent Shiksha Guru.
So when we are also teaching others about becoming ISKCON members, practicing chanting, we should also instill in their heart a very unique respect and approach towards Srila Prabhupada as our common Shiksha Guru for everybody. We should teach people to chant Prabhupada's Pranati mantra. As they become sincere devotees, we teach them how to chant Prabhupada's Pranati mantra. So in this way we keep Prabhupada's ashraya in their lives. Next.
Chant at least the first of Srila Prabhupada pranam mantras. After chanting the pranam mantra of their Diksha Guru, all grand disciples and future generations should chant at least the first of Srila Prabhupada's pranam mantras while offering the obeisances as a means of respecting the founder Acharya.
Yes. So you must have often observed how after every arati, like Mangal Arati, the Jai Dhwani happens, or after Tulsi Puja when Vrindaya Tulsi Devi, or sometimes just after the whole morning program is over. Many of Prabhupada disciples who come, they loudly chant Tamam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale while offering full obeisances. Unfortunately, this practice has stopped in ISKCON in many places. God knows why. So we should try to bring back that culture, that after the major occasions like this are over, we offer obeisances and we chant loudly our Guru's Pranati mantra and also Prabhupada's first Pranati mantra together. That we should cultivate as a habit, and we should not chant in mind. We should chant loudly. Loud in the sense, at least hear ourselves in that way. So that practice should be maintained by every ISKCON disciple. Now, what are the benefits by developing such a relationship with Prabhupada? Can you tell? What will happen if you develop such a relationship with Prabhupada as the Shiksha disciples?
We're always thinking about the pure devotee.
We'll be always thinking about the pure devotee of the Lord, thus our heart will not become contaminated. Acha. What else? We'll develop love for a pure devotee. That's our entry to the spiritual world. Loving a devotee. Sa eva sadhushu kruto mokshadvaram apavrutam prasangam ajaram pasham atmanah kavayo vidu. Attachment is very deadly in material world when applied to material objects or people. But the same attachment when applied to a pure devotee, mokshadvaram. Yes.
We can understand mood and mission and can try to imbibe those principles.
Yes. By understanding mood and mission, we will remain non-deviant in spiritual practice. Yes. We'll always continue to follow in his footsteps. So here are some additional thoughts. Our desire to increase unity, cooperation and synergy amongst ISKCON members will increase. We will work to make everybody a Prabhupada man and not think in terms of my Guru, your Guru, his Guru and all that. And we'll also get empowered by Prabhupada for doing his will in this world. Theek. Now go to the next page that says Diksha Shiksha Guru Padashraya and its connection with Prabhupada Ashray. So just below that there is this diagram. Guru Padashraya in ISKCON. How Srila Prabhupada, Shiksha Gurus and Diksha Guru, all three are sharing a personal direct relationship with every candidate in ISKCON. Is that diagram clear? So in this way, a person in ISKCON is sheltered in three ways in his spiritual life. So, in order to maintain this interrelationship intact and also to feel that shelter in one's life, we will do certain discussion now. If you carefully think about it, in our life we basically need two things: shelter and pleasure. Everybody is doing whatever they are doing in their life for these two things. So first we want to be sheltered, and then once we are sheltered, we want pleasure. Imagine you are in the lawn somewhere in the open air and suddenly there is a heavy rain. Then what do you run for? Shelter. From the onslaught of material nature, you run here, there. And then once you get shelter, you come under the roof of Govindas or you come under the Prasadam hall, Then you start looking for pleasure. Typical. So these are two primary drives in every living being's life. So we cannot enjoy pleasure unless we are properly sheltered. So because we are Tatastha Shakti, we have a choice whether to take material shelter or to get spiritual shelter. And those who experience this spiritual shelter in their life are not attracted by material things. But those who are not experiencing such a shelter, they are still, maintaining some secret connection with material world and trying to draw some pleasure from there. You understand secret connections? So, all of us have three types of lives. It's called public life. This public life is what we appear to be to others. When we are in a group of association of devotees or colleagues, office colleagues, then we have a certain impression management that we do by which they think something about us. That is called as public life. Then we have our private life. In our home, with very few near and dear ones and with some devotee friends, we are little more, so to say, not naked, but like a little more open. And they know a little more about us. So that's our private life. They know our anarthas, they know our strengths, they are a little more aware of who we really are. And the third life that we have called secret life. This only we and our Paramatma knows. And maybe Lord Brahma and those 12 Sakshis, the Yamaraj and 4 directions and the 5 elements. Only they are aware who this fellow really is. Right? That's called secret life. So, spiritual life basically begins when we try and bring about alignment. Inside out, we are the same person. The word yoga actually means connection, but it also means alignment. Because aligned. And in this way, with the instruction of the Lord in the heart, Paramatma, all these three are harmonized. That is the attempt we are making. And this we can do provided we are spiritually sheltered. If we are not finding spiritual shelter in the association of devotees, in Srimad Bhagavatam, in deities worship, in hearing, chanting, spiritual activities, then what happens? We still try and live an artificial life. We are intellectually convinced that I have to practice spiritual life, but we are practically unable to live that type of purity standards. So that is why a devotee has to constantly worry about whether I am properly sheltered in spiritual life. in my Shiksha Gurus, in my Diksha Guru, and also in Srila Prabhupada. So, they all are in harmony, working with each other, right? Diksha Guru never gives an instruction that is against the teachings of Prabhupada. Shiksha Guru is not supposed to teach anything that is against the will and mood of Prabhupada and Diksha Guru. So in this way they are all working in harmony with each other. And as I said yesterday, Shiksha Guru has a little more time to waste on people like us. Of course, compassionately, because Diksha Guru's time is very valuable. So we should also carefully choose our Shiksha Guru. So the second quote: a devotee is delivered through a combination of various manifestations of Lord's mercy. Please read.
A devotee is delivered through a combination of various manifestations of his mercy. As such, a devotee is ultimately delivered by Sri Krishna, acting through a combination of various manifestations of his mercy. These include, but are not limited to, the Chaitya Guru, Srila Prabhupada, the Guru Parampara, one's Diksha Guru, other Shiksha Gurus, the holy name, Shastra, and the 9 processes of devotional service.
Wow! Abundance of shelter, huh? बहुत कुछ available है. Are we seeking it? That's the only question. Now, because the discussion is talking about Shiksha Guru, let us discuss that topic a little. Shiksha Gurus play a very vital role in grooming us in Krishna consciousness. Therefore, what kind of spiritual teacher should we select to guide us in our Krishna consciousness? So Rupa Goswami has given a guideline: Sajati ya shaye snigdhe sadhu sanga swatovare Shrimad Bhagavatam Arthanam Asvadai Rasikaihi Saha. So he said, look for 4 qualities in a person when you choose to associate with them, so that you can maximize your spiritual advancement. The first quality is Sajatiya. Sajatiya means like-minded. Like we are all Gaudiya Vaishnavas, Prabhupada Anugas. So we are all Sajatiya. But if you want to associate with some another Shri Vaishnava or what they call Vallabha Sampradaya, Pushti Marg, then although they are Vaishnavas, we appreciate them, we respect them, but it is not Sajatiya because their mood is different. You understand? In the same manner, when we have similar interests while being with devotees also, then it makes a bigger and better connection with them. So Sajatiya. Swatovara means a person who is much more elevated than us in spiritual life, superior to us in many ways, in his attitude, in his behavior, in his contributions. So we should select such a person, Swatovara. Our typical tendency is that we always want to stay either amongst our equals or our juniors, because superior association is sometimes purifying to the ego. We get instructions and we have to follow certain things, so we find, arey, itna kon jhamela. So we just delight in generally associating with younger people than us, because they pamper our ego. But that will not help us make spiritual advancement. Swatovara. Then, third quality, Snigdha. Snigdha means one who has very affectionate relationship with you. Snigdhata means sneha, where there is no karkash. Sometimes it happens that 2 people come together and there is a severe chemistry mismatch. It's like, khar, like a friction that happens. Every time the interaction comes, it's like hydrogen chlorine, and it blows only. Doesn't happen anything in between. So it's difficult. That is not Snigdha, right? That relationship is not Snigdha. And then the fourth one is Rasika. That devotee should know how to relish spiritual life, and he should also have the ability to teach us how to relish spiritual life. That is called as Rasika. So based on these qualities, we should select our devotee association, and especially our Shiksha Gurus, from whom we take guidance and inspiration. So when we say counselor or Shiksha Guru, what is their exact function? And of course, there are other things we can look for. One whose modeling inspires you, they're exemplary in following teachings of Prabhupada. And they are also good at giving time and timely guidance when needed. They should have time, basically, to do that. And then in function of the Shiksha Gurus, there are 3 typical functions. This is called validate, optimize, navigate. Validate means every now and then in our life we have to make choices. Right from, daily sadhana schedule, which books to study, whom to marry, which job to get. So many choices we have to make. So we need someone who can, on the basis of Guru, Sadhu and Shastra, can validate our choices. कि ये बराबर तुम choice कर रहे हो. If we do that, then we remain sheltered under spiritual energy. But if we just make our own choices without any consultation, there is no authorization of that choice, then we are making our own independent decision, and that remains under the shelter of material energy of the Lord. So that is called validate. Of course, that doesn't mean for every small thing you go and ye color ka kurta pehnu kya, you don't ask such things. That is not for what validate means. Major decisions in life, we should consult. Then optimize. Optimize means there are various ways of doing something. For example, parenting. You have children, you need to groom them in Krishna consciousness. There are hundreds of ways of parenting. But for your situation and for your child, which is the way we should give him affection and care as a parent? That depends on, just like a doctor may have hundreds of medicines, but when you go and show your disease, he chooses a particular one, which is the optimum medicine for you, and he gives that to you. So that's what the Shiksha Diksha Gurus are supposed to do. And especially, we need on a regular basis some course correction. हमारा क्या है, थोड़ा wheel alignment हिल जाता है बीच बीच में. हमने देखा है कोई गाड़ी रहता है, उसके 4 चेप, इसमें एक पर wheel alignment निकल गया तो बीच में उड़ता उड़ता चलता है वो. You see? Sometimes. So you need some alignment. Regularly you need to go to garage and align all the 4 wheels properly. Then it runs smooth. So in our life also we need somebody who can navigate us. Just like an airplane that is flying in the air, they don't know where they are in the cloud. So there is somebody who is navigating from the base station. You take left, now right, now come down, both ho gaya. So all that is going on. So this is the basic function. And if these are things that are not happening, then we don't make spiritual advancement. We remain stagnated in our Krishna consciousness. So we should know this. Of course, this can apply to Diksha Guru as well, because he is also sometimes our Shiksha Guru who gives teachings. But primarily, this is how we should go ahead about it.